I'm about to listen to Blink-182's leaked album, Neighborhoods. Right now. I'm about to do it right now. 3, 2, 1. I need to go to my room for this. Okay. Wow, I almost don't know what to say. Let's see. Blink have done it again, and by that I mean completely changed their sound to something else. The way the songs sound on this record are. Let me see. I'm gonna give you a review that you will not find anywhere else. Okay, you only find this right here, right now. Are you ready? Here goes. It feels like the 80s flew up my ass. In a few songs, like What's My Age Again and stuff, you've heard these synthy keyboards in the back that was always part of Blink's sound. In the last album they used it a lot more for like Always, and now in this CD they let the synth fly, basically. In some parts it can feel like you are waiting for someone to come around the corner singing, "What is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more." Any fans that were already angry at them for changing their sound the first time around are gonna be more angry. Probably too mad to console. It's weird. The thing I like about it is exactly that I can't really explain it. They managed to make something different. First when I heard Up All Night and Heart's All Gone, and even After Midnight, my first, like the original feeling I had was, oh crap. Like to be honest, I thought that those songs didn't really measure up to what they did on the self-titled or untitled, whatever, their last album. In hindsight, their last album seemed so, I don't know, it had its specific thing. Like it sounded crazy and all over the place, but it fit together. Like it just had its own specific vibe and tone and feel to it. They all had a sonic cohesion, if I may get multi-syllabic on you. It's weird that happened when you hear the first 3 tracks like that were put online. It didn't really, for me, connect together. Up All Night even sounded like it was some schizophrenic thing. But once I heard the entire album as a whole, it showed me that they just went somewhere else with it. So about this album, it's their first without Jerry Finn, and that kind of comes across. If you hear the production of the album, it just sounds, I don't know. Like I'm not saying that I could pinpoint a Jerry Finn sound to a production, but it sounds like some parts might have been a little super produced, and other aspects of it might have been done at home, which I think it was. Like those moments I didn't really like too much when it sounds super produced, just because, I don't know, I guess my mind's still not ready to go there. Like super produced Blink that sounds like a dance anthem. Get your hands on my girl, get your hands on my, The tracks that stood out to me, Fighting the Gravity. Fighting the Gravity is the most sonically interesting song on the entire album. It sounds very, almost Matrixy, like it's cool. And they do things that Mark and Travis didn't even do in Plus 44. They make it, it's so good, you gotta hear it. The Up All Night and Snake Charmer, they both have that kind of boxcar racer intro that he's also used in Secret Crowds. Don't get too picky about, this ain't an airwaves and that's Blink and you shouldn't mix the two. It's just Tom, it's what he does. Tracks like Wishing Well is gonna sound like a happier Not Now. A little bit. If you hear the melody in the beginning, it sounds like it's reminiscent of Not Now. It's just like a happier, like a way happier 80s Not Now. And then the guitar kicks in, it's not so 80s. And one song in particular, if you hear This Is Home, the strange thing about that track is that Tom singing like he used to almost in the last, like it's almost how he used to sing in the around the time of the last album. His voice is a lot more nasally, but it's a lot more familiar. It's that voice you remember, which is just weird. It was just weird because it was in that one track, and I loved it. It makes me kind of wish that the rest of the songs had him singing like that. But and the good thing about it is that maybe some people don't see this, or they see it and don't care. Tom has variety now. This is crazy. Like Tom before, in the older records, he had one tone. It was just whiny. That's how you'd have to explain it to a lot of people who didn't know Blink. That band with the whiny guy? I love that band. I love the whiny guy. So whiny. So now Tom has variety, and it's crazy. The man can now sing in different tones. It's mind-blowing. Now on one track called Love is Dangerous, they do something that I don't think they've ever done before, if memory serves correctly, which is duet verses, but it sounds like it could be played in like a dim lit club with like some strobes and people freaking out in ecstasy and a guy in a trench coat with no pants. Feels great. It feels great to have him back, making music. Yes. And you know it's a good album when you finish listening to it and you hope there's another track, and then there isn't. And then you kill yourself. Some people are going to complain about it because it reminds them of Angels and Airwaves, and some people are going to complain because it reminds them of Plus 44. People will associate certain effects and certain rhythms and stuff with Angels and Airwaves. You know, every time you hear a guitar going, you're going to think, you know, that's Epic Holiday or whatever. What's good about Blink, and what I think a lot of fans agree with, in terms of like how they connect this to Angels and Airwaves and Plus 44, is that Blink-182 is all the things that those other bands are, but mashed in a concise way that makes it delicious. Because nothing is milked, nothing is like, you know, put on steroids, and no, there's no constant delay. I love Angels and Airwaves and I love Plus 44, but there's something, I don't know, special about Blink, maybe because they came first for me. I don't know. That's what makes those three guys being together making music so good. It's not like a formula or anything, it's just that when they use it, it works. When they use it, it pops out at you and you remember something. Whereas in Angels and Airwaves, probably like you don't know which song had which effect in it, because it sounds like it's just in every single song. You have to be released a review about it saying that it was very doom and gloom, but you know, on the first listen you never really absorb the lyrics as much. So now I'll probably just go back and, you know, read up the lyrics and realize how sad it actually is. Overall, Neighborhoods sounds completely different almost from what they've done before. Just reminiscent, vaguely reminiscent of old Happy Blink. A little bit more connected to the untitled, self-titled era Blink, but still its own thing, its own different thing. So those are my thoughts on Blink-182's Neighborhoods. Listen to it for yourself and let me know what you think. Hasta la bye-bye.